Hello everyone, my name is Brian and welcome back to another Smite commentary. And for this commentary I wanted to take a look at Fafnir. They changed him up a little bit. As for his ultimate, they changed his damage ticks so you can immediately know if you hit your 1, your 3 or your ultimate from the get-go. Because the damage will now apply immediately after 1.5 seconds, and after the 3rd second you will have the last tick. So the amount of damage is the same, but you will have more confirmation that you actually hit your abilities, which is always a nice thing. So this match I will be, like I said, playing Fafnir. How I feel like Fafnir, I feel like he is a lot of fun. I like him a lot. I like the way he works, the kit, and all together how he is just played. He's quite aggressive. He's also kind of supporty when you have a good basic attacker. So for instance Freya, Kronos, any hunter actually. If you level your cores, your second ability, before you level your 3, you will have a lot more attack speed on them, and that is just extremely powerful. Let's see, can we deal some damage? He is inside the minion wave, gets an insane amount of damage from the archers as well as from me. And that's why you should never tank a minion wave. As you can see, he's already forced back because I jumped on him, stunned him immediately, and with that he was not able to... he just took a lot of damage he shouldn't have. And that's something you don't want to, deal with. So usually you just want to let the minions inside the tower. It's okay to lose some gold, because now he will lose even more by going back to the base, because he's forced to. Of course he's going for the backcamps first, but he could have stayed way longer if he didn't get hit by it, because he had to recover from that, like the entire laning part while he was still there. Couldn't play aggressive, etc, etc. And a Susano that can't play aggressive, definitely very helpful. Fortunately enough, bit of miscommunication. The approach was going to the left side to help them out. I wanted to go for a buff. Ooh, that was a very bad aimed stun on my part. That's very unfortunate. Medusa picked up. If I rotated sooner, I might have been able to save him. Or if I hit that stun. Not entirely sure. The turret finished him off, so... Well, her, Medusa. Oh well. Learn from your mistakes and move on. So, I will be going for a power build, just because I like to play him as a power build, and I always include Gem of Isolation. And the reason for that being is that you don't only have a slow on every single of your abilities, your 4, your 3 and your 1, because they all deal damage. You also will have it on your basic attacks once you're buffed with your 2, but more importantly, your teammates will have a slow when they're buffed with your 2. And that is extremely potent on any god that has any ability or any basic attack. Just a very, very potent buff. And it is also a good amount of attack speed and some additional damage if they have a decent amount of power. So I will head back. I could go for the boots, and honestly that was my first thought. But the Dynasty Plate helmet is honestly not the worst idea either. I tried this once before. I wanted to give it another go because I feel like it has potential. But what I usually do is get pen boots online, and after that immediately go into the breastplate of valor. Why? The main reason is the mana, because as you can see I only have 440 mana, and that might seem like a lot, but if you take a look at all his abilities, you have an ultimate that costs a 4th, give or take. 100 is the total cost. You have your 1 for 70, you have your 3 for 70. So if you hit your 3 on someone, your 1 to stun him, you go into your ultimate, you already use 240 of your 440 mana, so you don't have an awful lot left for your other abilities. So if you're not full, if you're not full on the mana department, it makes it very difficult. Let's see, can we do a decent amount of damage? Nice Sanctuary, will prevent that death. Guaranteed. That is very unfortunate, and also as you can see I have no mana left to go for it any further. Wouldn't have, to be honest. Let's see, let's use the shell. Shell is enough to save the knock-up! To save the push from the knock-up. Oh my god. That is very, very powerful. Without that he definitely would have died. As you can see the amount of health he has. With the knock-up, damage on Susanoo's ultimate is just too much for him to deal with. So I'm glad I used it. Probably a bit too late because I didn't use it to get rid of his 1 damage, which is probably the most damage overall. But still enough to help him, make him survive. And he was able to pick up the Susanoo, so great stuff. Also enough for me to head back again, getting those boots aligned. And as I told you, the amount of mana it costs, everything, is just, you're very, very quickly out of mana. And that's also the reason I had to back. Not so much that I didn't have the health, but not having the mana is way, way worse. Can we go for the... Oh my god, he didn't have his dash. He didn't have his dash. Proper English, Brian. Come on. What? Damn. If he had his dash, he would have been fine. He could have just dashed away. Probably wouldn't have been able to hit my 1 because his dash covers too much distance too quickly. But he didn't have it. I think he used it either to clear the wave, get closer to the lane, or just in offensive ways. Wow, that's a lot of damage on the Isis. As you can see, my abilities do an insane amount of damage now. With the double pen, I have ultimate penetration. Ooh, that sounded wrong. I just have enough penetration to get rid of all of their magical protection. And that is just an awful lot of damage. As you can see, hammering for 250 on the Vulcan. Of course, I can't finish him off. I can go in my ultimate. As you saw there, I didn't. Because I only had enough mana for my ultimate. And that's what I mentioned with the mana issues. Breastplate is in that regard a lot better. But the fact that I have so much penetration early on, and a little bit of protection in the breastplate, not the breastplate, the Dynasty Plate helmet, is definitely not bad. And I will go into the breastplate immediately. Already 200 more mana on my character, which will be very important, because that 200 mana is about 2 or 3 abilities. You are engaged inside the tower range. Is the meatball enough? It is, unfortunately. The Freya is going to engage on me. I am way out of aim with that, but I can go into my ultimate, and as you can see, she needs to flee. She used her Sanctuary, but I will go for the Vulcan, because I have a lot more damage on the Vulcan, and just an insane amount of damage altogether. And as you can see, a lot of damage. That's what I like the most about the Fafnir. While he is in his ultimate, he is such a force to be reckoned with. His bleed is insane, and if you pair it very well with the CC, you can stun them for 1.5 seconds with your 3. If you wait the duration, you can stun them with your 1 again. You can just keep them locked for a very long time while you're still spraying them with your damage, with your fire, acid, breath. It's just a lot of damage. Even though you are a tank, I feel like this is probably one of the tanks that can make the damage build work. Of course, you need some protections. You are always close on the enemy side if you want to use your ult properly. By using your 3 or your 4, you need to get close to get that damage out. So you do need some protections, and the cooldown reduction and the mana is very necessary. So this will augment my damage as well. It's just a very good build in my opinion. I want a little bit on cooldown, not enough to get the Xbalanque. If I catch his dash, he's guaranteed to die. My team was pretty close, so I think they would have been able to catch up and finish him. But we'll have to see. Can I hit this one? Nope. Too quick. I don't know why I always want to try. Wow, that is an insane amount of damage. But I'm not sure why I always want to try. Hitting an Isis that's using her 1 Wing Gust is just not the best thing. The tower very low. 78 HP on the tower. Not sure why nobody picked that one up. But should be fine. Still nobody's picking up. Okay, I'll go for it. Minions are helping me out, and is enough to finish. Wow, beautiful ultimate by the Medusa, able to pick up a kill, slowing the other one. Just a lot of damage. I don't have any abilities left to kind of get the Vulcan to be stuck in a position, so I'll just head back. I kind of felt like chasing him, but with only my ultimate I have no real abilities to do so. Ooh, just barely out of range. Not an awful lot I can do. I can go ham, but I don't think I'll be able to pick up the kill. That's a lot of damage. Oh crap, I was way too late with the shell. Should have used shell immediately. Would have guaranteed the, well, not so much the survival, but maybe he would have survived. I don't know, I'm really late with the shells today. Not sure why. Was able to stun out the enemy Isis though. I think the minions picked her up actually because I didn't do a finishing blow, but I guess it's fine. I will go for Gem of Isolation next. I don't feel like I have to be threatened about the enemy magicals that much. Of course the Vulcan is doing a good amount of damage, so I probably need some sort of magical protection later on. Maybe I'll get a Mantle of Discord later in the game. But for now I want to get this Gem of Isolation online because it provides just so much. Especially if you're in your Dragon's form and you're able to buff your entire team. It's just insane how much you can do with it. Still something I'm not too used to. Well, I'm getting used to it a little bit more. But still, sometimes I will be missing my 3. The fact that you will hit them in front of you makes things a little bit more difficult sometimes. Let's see, Xbalanque ultimate use. I'm not sure where all enemies are. Looks like Xbalanque is on the right side and the left side is being engaged on by my team. Doesn't look like they are going to hard commit on both sides. Xbalanque rotated. Oh, he's actually going for a buff. Let's go for him. The leap alone hits 220 already. That's a lot. Oh, that meditation. That's unfortunate. Well, he could have said, okay, as in, I needed to help him. I didn't have any abilities up, so couldn't, really. But I feel like the meditation was just a bummer. It's like, yes, I got that kill. That bleed will definitely guaranteed finish him off. And then it's like, oh man, meditation. Wow. Well played by the Medusa. I think actually the Susano missed his ultimate. And I missed my hammer by a long shot. Not my best game with Fafnir, even though I'm 3-0 in 11. My team is doing very, very well. I'm not hitting all of my stuns as consistently as I want to. Nice purification, will get him out. I can't really chase him down after I use my dash and my 1. Could have gone in my ultimate, of course, to cover the distance with my leap again. Don't really feel like it was worth it. Let's see, can we do some damage to the Titan? Stun the Vulcan, just taking too much damage from the Titan. I'll just head back. I only have my ultimate. I hope they will disengage. There's not an awful lot I can do to prevent the Susano, so I'll just continue my back. The main reason for it is that if I stay and I use my ultimate, I can get bursted quite quickly, even though I do have the protections from my passive, and I just don't feel like risking it that much, because you don't really get anything out of it. I'm not sure if I would have been able to, well, protect him or kill Susano, because he is quite slippery. But it does look like my team is able to pick up the Susano. So, I don't know, 1 for 1. It's not the best thing for the boss set though. And it is almost always in their advantage. As you can see, all of us are higher level than the enemy. Only the enemy Vulcan is having a lot of farm, but that's because he's been on the right side the entire game farming on his own. That provides him a very good advantage to his teammates. Let's see, can I finish this off? With the buff I can finish off the back heart piece. Let's see. Just before the whoop hits, I will go into my ultimate. Immunity. Actually blocked by the Susano. Good amount of damage on the Susano, not enough to finish him off. We'll be able to get out though, using my sprint to make sure that the boss that can disengage a little bit more safely with that Xbalanque ultimate. I'm not too low, to be honest. I have 850 health, which is decent. I have a lot of physical protection. Let's see, can we do some damage? You can see a lot of damage. Oh, I want to use my 1. Damn it, folk. Worst timing ever. It was like, maybe I can get out of the ultimate if I walk, and then my ult stunned me. I think I already mentioned this, but I really want to figure out if I can use my purification to get rid of the stun. Because if I can rid of my own stun, of the stun which I get from using my, well, not using, from expiring my ultimate, I think that will be very, very interesting, because you can just get yourself out of trouble even if your ultimate is only up for a couple more seconds. You can still engage and just use your purification to walk away. Also, it's always a good thing to let your team know that you have Gem of Isolation, especially as Fafnir, because you can buff someone. If they know you have Gem of Isolation, then they will see the course buff as through a different eye. They will see the buff on your shoulder, the little Fafnir jumping and cheerfully kind of making you to go for it. Makes it a lot more effective to well, let them engage. As you can see, the slow on the Bastet is just way more than it should have been, because she hit her 3 while he was in his dash, so that shouldn't slow. But the fact that my Gem of Isolation was there as well, the slow on that part got carried over with the slow, well, with the damage of the bleed. Looks like we will be able to pick up this victory. We're surrounding the enemy Vulcan. I'll go into my... Oh, never mind. It's not even necessary anymore. I wanted to go into my ultimate to finish off the Titan or the Vulcan, just to make sure that I can zone them out a little bit and just do a lot of damage. Little GG emote. Make sure that they know it is over. I feel like it was pretty much a kind of stomp game. The fact that our team got rolling so quickly definitely helps out a lot. I feel like I haven't contributed that much, even though I have 20 kill participation, so to speak, which is not bad. Overall, we had 28 kills, so wouldn't say it's the worst. Actually, if I look at everyone, I think, oh, I actually had the most skill participation, so I guess it did go very well. Although the Medusa, very well played. 12-1 in 5, had a lot to it. She went for a Transcendence, which is very good because it allows her to use more of her abilities, Soul Eater for more attack speed and the lifesteal, Hasten it to augment her passive even more, making her extremely slippery, and after that going for the Jotuns, which is interesting. It is a good one because she can use her abilities a lot, especially with the Transcendence, and of course she will have her ultimate up a lot more. So overall I feel like it was a pretty good game. My last item I picked up so far was the one I forgot the name about again. It is one of the newer items, but it increases the duration of your relics by 50%, which is very good because I have sprint as well as shell, and having 50% increased duration on it is just a lot. It's just very powerful. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and as always, good luck, have fun, and I'll see you guys in the next one.